I think we are live. Good morning / almost afternoon, everyone. I'm just going to give a few minutes for people to log on here. But thank you for joining. My name is Abby Stote with OneKey MLS. This is our MLS Unlocked series, our July edition. If you haven't tuned in before, our MLS Unlocked office meeting in a box, twice a month, we go through tools, updates, tips we have for the month. And it gives you the opportunity to ask any questions you have or reach out to our support team, and just to keep you in tune with everything that is happening with OneKey MLS. So I'm just going to give another few seconds or so for people to log in here, and then we will jump into it. I hope you're all having a good summer. I know it's a busy time for realtors, so thank you again for taking your time. And we are going to get right into the slide deck here. So here we go. So on today's agenda here, we'll be touching upon One Homeowner, which is a new awesome tool that we have available to all our OneKey subscribers. We'll do a success tip using your MLS Touch app. Some market statistics and a little update on how the market is going right now in our service area. A summer promotion with Rent Spree, which is coming to a close, but you still have some time to get that if you're interested. And we'll be touching upon a little bit of New York history, since that's the theme for this month. Moving right along. Okay, so first up is One Homeowner. This is live and active and available for all our OneKey subscribers, so definitely go check it out if you haven't yet already. And if you're curious about where that is on your Clarity dashboard, if you find this purple icon under your apps and tools, that is the One Homeowner icon. Again, if you're having issues with it or can't find it, you can always reach out to our support team, support@onekeymls.com. We'd be happy to help you. But this is an awesome tool for client retention. Say you have a buyer that just bought a home. This is a tool that you can set them up with to track their home's equity, do some maintenance management. They can do service requests in there. There's marketing insights. There's ROI renovation recommendations. There's tons of information as a homeowner that you want in one place. And that is why this tool is awesome. So I definitely recommend you take advantage. If you scan this QR code, it'll bring you to an article that fully outlines everything One Homeowner has to offer. But I'm going to show you a bit of what the dashboard looks like for your clients. I'll give you a little minute to scan the QR code if you're doing so. Again, these slides are available to you at any time. If you can't find them, feel free to reach out and we will send them to you. Okay, so this is the view from the client dashboard. This is their home page. It will have their address up here. It has their home value, their equity. Right here is where your face will be and your information to keep you top of mind as their primary contact, their real estate agent. When you refer them to this tool application, your information will automatically populate here once you set up your account. Down here, you've got some recent sales, so good information here for any homeowner. There's some other tabs here up at the top on how to save money, how to build wealth. There's great articles in here if you're a current homeowner. And like I said, I definitely would recommend referring your recent buyers to this tool so you can, again, stay top of mind as their agent. If they have any questions, you can recommend specific vendors for any maintenance that they want to keep up with. It's really just to keep the conversation flowing with you as their agent, and stay in touch with them so that maybe in the future, if they're ready to sell, you're prepared. You know, if they're interacting with the portal, you can see that in your account. Just a great way for client to get client retention. You can also use it if you have a seller who's maybe not ready to sell yet, but they have some maintenance that they'd like to handle before they put it on the market, before they put their home on the market. You can refer them to this as well, and they can kind of track all of that in here. So they need to do some landscaping, they need a bathroom renovation or plumbing issue. They can track all of that here in one place, and you can kind of see how they're making progress on their renovations, and always available for questions if they need. So again, definitely go check out One Homeowner. If you don't currently have a client who's ready to use this tool, I would recommend setting up yourself in here. I did that for my own home, and it's a great tool just to have the information on tracking your equity and basically anything to maintain your home in the future, you can manage in this tool. So go explore yourself as a client, as an agent, and then you'll be fully prepared when your client is ready to use this portal themselves. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. I will answer them if I see them as I go or at the end. And if you're using One Homeowner and really like a certain feature, I'd love to hear that as well. You can drop that in the chat. We'd love to hear from you. So feel free to drop a little message in there if you're enjoying One Homeowner as well. Okay, moving on to the next slide. We've got our success tip of the month. So boost your professionalism by setting up your branding in MLS Touch. So if you haven't used MLS Touch yet already, it's an app that you can have on your phone. So you can access listings, send listings on the go. If you're not using that, you definitely should be already. So to do that, you would go to the App Store. You can type in MLS Touch and look for this little icon right here. That's the one you want to download for our MLS Touch app. But today we're going to talk about branding yourself in the app to make you look even better for your clients. If you scan this QR code here, it goes to a great video by my colleague Hamid, where he goes through a whole tutorial on how to manage your branding, but we're also going to touch upon it in the next few slides as well. So I'll give you a minute to scan that. Again, if you need a recap and just want to watch the video later, you can revisit the slides. I'll give you a minute or so here to scan. Okay, moving right along. So this is what you'll see once you download the MLS Touch app. I'm sure many of you already use it. This is the main dashboard screen that you'll see. And today, again, we're going to do manage branding. So in order to manage your branding, you're going to select your account here in the upper right corner. It'll usually be your initials. And once you click that, it will bring you to this new menu here. And under configurations, you're going to want to select manage branding. And this is where we're going to manage all of our branding and upload everything we want to personalize and customize our app. Okay, so once you select manage branding, you're now in the branding center of MLS Touch. If you already have a brand kit, you can upload that maybe from your brokerage, but you can also create your own by selecting create your own right here. You can follow the instructions on the page. And here you can build your own brand kit by uploading your logo and your colors. So you have a logo right here, photo to upload, and then say you have some branding colors. So for example, OneKey is yellow and black. We would put yellow, black, and then you also have an accent color. If you want to get a little fancy, put a little white or something there. And you can see what that looks like by previewing right down here. Right down here. Sorry, I'm not pointing to the right thing. So preview down here on the bottom. And once you upload all your branding and you're sending out listings to your clients, your branding should appear there. So it really customizes it for you, gives the overall experience to your client that you are their primary agent. And it's just a really nice touch to add if you have not. MLS Touch, no pun intended. So again, definitely go do this if you haven't yet already. I'm sure some people are using MLS Touch, but they didn't know they could brand, or they just haven't yet, but you definitely should. It takes a few minutes, and it's an easy way to get your branding on there. Okay, so now we have a little article on the New York metro area. Our OneKey MLS footprint. This is a great article written by my colleague Avery. Definitely scan this QR code and read the whole thing because it's great. It really touches upon every pocket of our MLS footprint. So Hudson Valley, Long Island, New York metro area. You can definitely familiarize yourself with the market in those areas, which I think is super important right now. But some things I wanted to highlight in there were that inventory is staying pretty tight right now, but buyers are still very active in the market. So what does that mean for you and your clients? The buyers definitely need to be prepared. If they want to purchase a home, they have to be ready to put in an offer, put down a down payment. And we have so many resources available for you as the agent to make sure these buyers are prepared. So one resource, for example, is Down Payment Resource, DPR. This is a time of difficult challenges in affordability. Definitely take advantage of Down Payment Resource if you haven't yet, and offer those assistance programs to your buyers if they are eligible, because any little piece of helpful information will help them when they're competing in this difficult buyer environment. So definitely scan this QR code, read the whole thing. Like I said, always good to be aware of the other areas in our OneKey footprint, not just your little niche area, just in case, say you have a referral that you want to refer someone to, say you live on Long Island and they want to move to the Hudson Valley, you're fully aware of that market. But we are definitely always posting market stats of our whole area so you can stay in tune with how the market is, know the temperature of the market, and know how to work with clients. But as it says too, it says it's stable, competitive, and inventory constrained. So keep that in mind when you're working with your clients. I'm giving you a little minute here to scan if you need, but these slides are available. I'm going to move on. Okay, so as I said, summer is coming to a close, but we still are offering Rent Spree Pro for free. They're offering the whole summer for free. So we still have like a month left. So if you have some rentals coming up in the near future, definitely take advantage of this promo. The discount code is OneKey Summer Promo. So when you go in there, you enter that discount code and you can get Rent Spree for free, Rent Spree Pro for free, up until the end of the summer. And if you haven't used Rent Spree Pro yet, Rent Spree Pro yet, it's a great tool for tenants, landlords. It's like an all-encompassing rental platform, but you can do tenant screening in there. And along with the Rent Spree Pro account, you can add e-signatures, I believe, your branding. There's some automated reference checks in there. So some enhanced features as an agent in the rental market for you. There's also more advanced reports. So if you're looking for some more details for your client, definitely take advantage of this free month we have left with Rent Spree. And I'll give you another minute to scan that QR code. Okay. Oops. I didn't mean to do that. Okay. So we have another article here. July is New York History Month. We're celebrating here at OneKey MLS. So if you haven't seen on our socials, we've been highlighting some cool New York history facts on there. If you scan this QR code, it goes to a great article written by my colleague Hamid that highlights the Nassau County area and touches upon some fair housing issues that have occurred in Levittown and elsewhere throughout Nassau County. One interesting fact that I noted down here was that nearly 1 in 4 residents were born outside the U.S. In the Nassau County area currently. So definitely contributing to the county's growing cultural diversity. So it's always just good in the back of your mind when you're working with those clients and customers to remember fair housing and operate your business with fairness. This whole article really touches upon the Fair Housing Act and some interesting facts about how fair housing contributed to Nassau County history and how it really does contribute still today. So we always have to keep fair housing top of mind when we're operating as realtors, as people. It's always good to give everyone a fair chance, especially when it comes to housing. So great article. Go read it. Highly recommend. And also, because we're highlighting New York history this month, we'd love to hear your stories. Like, do you have any interesting listings that are historical listings in New York, or you previously did? We'd love to hear your stories, and maybe we'd be highlighting them. I know the month is coming to a close, but we'd love to hear from you. So if you have any historical New York stories in the real estate field, we would love to hear it. You can always reach out to us at support@OneKeyMLS.com or on our socials. We're on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, X. We're always available, and we love to hear from you. So again, scan this QR code for a little bit more information on the Nassau County area, fair housing, and why it's super important today. Okay, so that was a quick one this month, but we'll definitely have more tools, tips, articles, resources in the future. So feel free to tune in every month. We'll do 2 of these a month. So stay tuned for those. We always put them in your upper right corner of your Clarity dashboard. There's notifications on when our classes are coming up. Also in your messages. Stay tuned for that. And so we touched upon One Homeowner. Go check it out right now, that purple icon. Go download MLS Touch. I hope you have already, and update your branding. Go review those market stats in that article of our whole OneKey footprint. Rental agents, you've got 1 month left to take advantage of the summer promo. Go do that. I'm giving you a bunch of tasks. I'm giving you homework for this month to go do. And New York History Month. Again, we'd love to hear from you. Read up on the article Hamid did on Nassau County and Levittown and fair housing. Very interesting article, very informative. Go check that out. And again, any questions? Oh, let me actually see if there are any questions. I don't think I see any. Oh, sorry, I was on the wrong thing. There are a few questions here. Let me see. So is this app free? I'm not sure which app you're talking about, but if you're talking about One Homeowner, it's included with your OneKey subscription. Rent Spree is also included with your OneKey subscription. Sorry, I can't talk today. But the Rent Spree Pro version is free just for the summer with that summer promo. I'm trying to think of what other. Oh, MLS Touch, also free. You just download it from the App Store. And I think those are all the tools we touched upon today. So yes, all available with your OneKey subscription. The only difference is the Rent Spree Pro is available with the summer promo. Okay, next question. If you've already done branding through the website, does that link with the app? This is a great question. Unfortunately, this does not operate that way right now. That would be a great feature, and that's a great point. I'll definitely mention that to our developers and see if that's something that we can incorporate, but no, it does not translate over. So you will have to add your branding into the app directly if you want it to appear for your clients. Oh, that's very nice. We said, I love OneKey MLS, the tools you guys have and are providing. I guess that's great. We're using that. You're using the tools. We appreciate the feedback. Someone said the app is free if you're a member of OneKey. So you answered my question. Thank you very much. Someone said, I can assure you that the app is pretty useful. I might add it. All these apps are useful. You should add it. These are all great tools. If you haven't used a particular tool in our suite of tools, go check it out and see how it will benefit you, because we have a ton of tools available. Someone said MLS Touch. So MLS Touch, yes, you just download it from the App Store and you put in, I believe, your OneKey information, and then you'll have access to it. But you will have to, again, upload your own branding in there directly. And someone said, thank you. Okay, well, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate that. I think that's all the questions for right now. I'll wait another minute if anyone has anything else. But I appreciate the positive feedback. It's always nice to hear that agents are enjoying our tools, using our tools. That's the whole point of why we have all the tools. And I know it's a lot and it can be overwhelming, but it really can benefit your business if you just take a few minutes to explore around and test out these tools and see which ones work for you, which ones don't. Not all tools are for every agent. But it's always good just to explore them all and see what your options are. Okay, I don't think I see any more questions in here. So again, if you have any questions after this ends, you can always email us at support@onekeymls.com. We also have this great resource here, support.onekeymls.com. That is actually a website. It's keyword searchable. Save it in your browser as a bookmark it, favorite it, whatever you need to do, because that's an incredible resource that all our agents should be using. Again, I said it's keyword searchable. So if you're searching for a particular tool, you type that tool in there and all our resources regarding that tool will appear. So a lot of your questions can be answered in there as well. And as always, you can always reach out or comment on social media, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, X. We are on there, we are available, and we are ready to answer your questions. So I don't see any more questions, but thank you so much again for tuning in. Hope you're enjoying the summer, and we will see you next month for our next office meeting in a box. Have a great day.